Today, our guest is Crystal Parks, the founder of Diaper Bank for Northeast Florida. In this episode, we talk with Crystal about what led her to start the Jax Diaper Bank, her drive to fill a need for parents in North Florida, and the challenges that come with launching a nonprofit. Welcome to the Jacksonville Momcast, a podcast dedicated to real stories for real parents. Each episode, we'll chat with local Jacksonville moms and cover topics to help you navigate mom life on the First Coast. Thanks for joining us as we tackle all things motherhood and more with a focus on the 904. Welcome. Today, our guest is Crystal Parks. And Crystal is the mom behind Jacksonville Diaper Bank. And so, Crystal, let's start by telling us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am currently I'm a stay-at-home mom. I live in the Mandarin area with my husband, Derek, and our son, Adrian. Prior to becoming a stay-at-home mom, I worked for a nonprofit organization called Gateway Steps to Recovery. And I was part of the development team, so I was responsible for fundraising, public relations, and special events. And I've been working in the nonprofit sector for almost 10 years. And so even though I became a stay-at-home mom, I still wanted to support Gateway and other nonprofits that I've worked for in the past. And so starting my own nonprofit organization, it was kind of not a surprise to many.
It sounds like a great fit. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your nonprofit?
Yeah, so I founded the Diaper Bank for Northeast Florida in October 2019. And I started the Diaper Bank as an effort to streamline the collection and distribution of free diapers to low-income families throughout Northeast Florida, while also raising awareness that basic human needs include diapers. With diapers and financial contributions from the community, my goal is to build a sustainable diaper bank that will serve as a resource for existing social service organizations, so food banks, churches, families serving low-income families or homeless families. And so I want to provide an additional service for them and their client to experience diaper need. And so when I say diaper need, a lot of people are like, what does that mean? Well, diaper need is defined as the lack of a sufficient supply of diapers to keep a child or infant clean, dry, and healthy. And so according to the National Diaper Bank Network, 1 in 3 families living in the U.S. experience diaper need.
Wow, that's a lot more than I would have guessed.
Yes, it is. And I actually got the idea to start the diaper bank while visiting my former employer. I had dropped off some clothes that belonged to my son that he outgrew, and they grow so fast. So I thought, well, versus selling the items, why don't I just donate them? Because I know they would be put to great use. And during that visit, the director of women's services says, a lot of the women in our program are requesting diapers. And I was kind of taken back by that. I said, okay, well, I definitely want to help because that's just my nature. I want to do something to always support an organization that means a lot to me. And so I said, well, I'll do a diaper drive. And so while planning for the diaper drive, getting ideas on how to make it successful, I came across the National Diaper Bank Network. And so they were saying, volunteer at your local diaper bank. And I said, perfect. This would be a great way to help the ladies at Gateway get diapers, is volunteer with an organization that's already doing something. And so I did a quick Google search for diaper banks in Jacksonville. The first diaper bank that popped up in my search was in Orlando. And so I thought, well, that may not work. So I kept digging. I said, there's got to be something here in town. And nothing came up. And so I was really surprised. And as I kept researching diaper banks, who they are, what they do, I started learning more and more about diaper need and why there are 200 plus diaper banks across the country. And one of the reasons that there's so many diaper banks supporting families experiencing diaper need is that programs such as WIC and SNAP, known as food stamps, cannot be used to purchase diapers. So your low-income families that rely on government benefits to purchase basic essential items can't use them to purchase diapers or baby wipes.
So
And
talk to us a little bit. What are some of the things that you can use WIC for?
you can use WIC to buy formula. With food stamps, you can actually purchase soft drinks, candy. You can purchase K-cups for your Keurig coffee makers. Another shocking item that you can purchase with food stamps is Rogaine and Viagra.
Wow.
And so I
But
don't want
not diapers.
not diapers, not baby wipes, laundry detergent, deodorant. So the things that we would consider to be basic necessities, you can't use food stamps to purchase these items. And so a lot of parents are having to keep their babies in diapers longer, or they're reusing diapers because diapers, they're not cheap by any means. And babies go through up to 12 diapers a day. And that cost is between $70 and $80 a month. And so diaper banks are used to fulfill that diaper need gap. So studies have shown that parents typically are short 11 to 12 diapers a month. And so to fulfill that need, my diaper bank, we distribute 50 diapers per child per month to help fulfill that gap. Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about, you noticed this need in the community and started doing research. At what point do you decide to jump in, create your own nonprofit? And what are some of the obstacles that you had to overcome in that process?
I think for me, it was kind of a no-brainer. Over the years, I've had people tell me, why are you working for a nonprofit? Start your own. And I kind of look at them like, what are you talking about? I can't start my own business. No way. And so just the time being at home with my son and understanding firsthand, being a mom of a toddler who was in pull-ups at the time, the struggle. My family, fortunately, we were able to go to Costco and buy a big box of pull-ups, no big deal. But then I thought, well, how would I feel if I couldn't afford to put a clean pull-up on my child? And so I just think my experience in the nonprofit sector and seeing firsthand the struggles of what individuals and families face here locally, I just knew I wanted to help. I contacted the National Diaper Bank Network and said, hey, I want to do this. There's no diaper bank in Jacksonville and I'm ready for it, And so they've helped me along the way. I've done my own research on how to start a nonprofit, and I found it pretty simple. Even though I've worked in the nonprofit sector, I've never started one. But as far as obstacles, I think it was just something that was meant to be for me.
That's a great answer. What do you see now that you've worked for a nonprofit and started your own nonprofit? What's the main difference for you between being just an employee and being the boss?
I am everybody. I am operations. I am programming. I am the fundraiser. I'm the grant writer. So I am the accounting, so it's been tough, but I have a great support group. I've connected with many in the community, close friends, former coworkers to say, hey, join my board. I told them about this idea I had, and now that we're going into our second year, they're just like, you did it, And so I'm like, yeah, and we're growing fast. So, but it can be challenging because my first and foremost full-time job is being with my son, at home. And so this organization, we're completely volunteer run. And so I just squeeze in the time I can to make sure that the diapers are coming in and that they are also being distributed to the families that need them.
And as far as you launched in, towards the end of 2019, and then obviously the beginning of 2020, we all got hit with a pandemic. What was that like for your organization? And what were some added challenges that then came with, the inability to really meet in person, to organize groups, things like that?
And so I didn't officially get the 501c3, the tax exempt status, until March of 2020. And so I spent the beginning of the pandemic just kind of planning out, okay, how are we going to help? Because there's obviously an urgent need. I saw the news clippings of everyone rushing and hoarding toilet paper. And so then I started seeing more articles and TV news segments about diapers. And so I knew I wanted to help, but I wanted to make sure I was ready to go. And so I spent the first few months of 2020 in collection phase. So getting the word out about the diaper bank. And then we officially did our first distribution in October of 2020. And so from October to December of 2020, we distributed 13,000 diapers.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yes. And so this year, I've distributed 31,000 diapers, and that's January up into my most recent distribution, which was April 2nd.
And that's really just first quarter for this year.
Yes.
Do you have a projection for 2021 on what you'd like to see distributed?
It's looking like we're going to distribute close to 100,000 diapers this year.
That's amazing.
So we're serving 200 to 300 babies each month. And right now we're at a little over 1,000 babies who receive diapers from our program.
So let's talk a little bit about diaper drives and how they help you, and how, if I have a group or just, I have a business, I'm a member of the community, how can I host a diaper drive?
One or two ways. We do offer a virtual option through my website where you can collect monetary contributions, and those will help us purchase diapers. I have access to high quality diapers at bulk rates. So donating monetarily really helps us be able to make your donation go the extra mile. And we also have the option to where you can use, I have an Amazon wish list and also a Walmart registry for good list. And any items purchased from those lists will be shipped directly to us. And so because of COVID, some groups have been able to find one location where the group participants can drop off the diapers, or they just say, purchase them through Amazon or Walmart, and we'll get a number that way. But diaper drives are vital. They help us get the diapers in so that we can distribute them, because as quickly as we get the diapers in, they're going out the door. And so far this year, diaper drives have contributed 12,800 diapers.
That's amazing. So, wow. So almost a little less than half, 40% maybe of your diapers. Wow, that's great. Yeah. And we'll put a link to your Amazon wish list and the Walmart wish list in our show notes in case anybody wants to donate. So tell me a little bit about your bulk purchase options and how people's monetary donation can help you meet your goals a little further.
Yeah, so there's a manufacturer that I use to purchase diapers because, as we said earlier, diapers are expensive. And so I would say the average cost of just a single diaper is around 30 cents. And so I have access to purchase diapers as low as 17 cents. And so through financial contributions from such a giving Jacksonville community, I've been able to purchase 3 pallets of diapers since I've started the diaper bank. And that has been over 30,000 diapers. And I use that because we have such a high request for larger size diapers. And I think it's because our children are in the larger size diapers longer than they are the smaller ones. And so I'm able to purchase diapers by the pallet, and it's usually a little over 10,000 diapers. And I purchase newborns, size 5, size 6. We're seeing an increase in need for pull-ups, but pull-ups, even at a discounted rate, are still expensive. And we're running very low on pull-ups. So if anyone listening would be willing to donate pull-ups, we need them in all sizes. We greatly appreciate that.
My next question was, are they in your garage or?
They are not in my garage. When I first told my husband my idea, I said, I know what I want to do. I want to start a diaper bank. And he says, okay, great. Where are you putting these diapers? And I said, I don't know. I will figure that out. And during COVID last year, I was connected with a local nonprofit organization called Community Health Outreach. They had seen a big jump in their diaper distribution. They went from distributing maybe 5,000 diapers a month to 20,000 diapers a month. So they were looking to partner with me to receive that additional support with diapers. And I said, I would love to help you. I just have nowhere to store my diapers. If we could, work something out, get a partnership going, I'd greatly appreciate it. And like I said in the beginning, I think this was just meant for me to do. Community Health Outreach's founding church, St. Peter's Episcopal Church, offered me an empty classroom at their church. So it's been such a blessing. So I've been storing all my diapers at St. Peter's Church, and I do my distribution from there as well.
How nice that came along.
Yes, such a great partnership. I love working with them. I try to help as much as I can just because they're still serving roughly 500 families a month just for their Baby Love Pregnancy Center. And so wherever they fall short, I try to come in and fulfill that need for them. But the numbers are still high. They're still projecting 20,000 diapers a month that go out the door.
Wow. Just some staggering numbers. So if people wanted to get involved with the diaper bank, other than doing diaper drives, what are or monetary donations, what are some ways they can get involved with you?
I would say if you have a business, if you could host a collection bin. I have 10 donation sites throughout Jacksonville that businesses have been so nice to allow me to store a collection bin in their lobby. And so as children are getting potty trained or they're growing out of a size, we take open packages of diapers. And so you can drop them off at any of the locations. So if you're listening and you have a business and you will allow us to have a bin in your lobby, we'd greatly appreciate it. We're trying to expand from the beaches, the west side, north side, get all the corners of Jacksonville. That way anyone can, donate those diapers to us. We also accept baby wipes. They must be unopened, and any unopened baby formula. We've been getting requests for baby formula as well. We don't typically do like a baby formula drive, but we've been getting some donations in for baby formula. So if you know of anyone who has baby formula they're not using, or you have a container you haven't opened, we'll gladly accept.
You're quickly becoming a full service one-stop shop for all your baby needs.
It has really grown. I'll have to share with you pictures of our space before and what it looks like now.
I would love that. If you send this to me, I'll include them in the show notes so our listeners can also see how much you've grown in the last year.
Yeah.
If somebody does want to donate an open pack, can they find a list of donation bins on your website?
Yes, on jaxdiaperbank.com, if they click on donate diapers, I'll have a list of all the community drop-off locations with the name of the business and their address.
Fantastic. I mean, where do you see the diaper bank going in the next 5 years? Like, what would your 5-year dream, where would you be?
In a warehouse. That's my big vision. I believe it's coming. I'm already growing out of that classroom space at the church. And I'm like, well, do I get a storage unit? I would prefer to get it donated versus paying monthly rent. But part of me is kind of hearing, wait for it. It's coming. Because I feel like we're continuing to grow. And I'm having to just donate inventory. I have a wait list of partner agencies. So I have 7 right now. And so those are the ones I've committed. You will get diapers from me every month. I've been getting phone calls and emails from churches and other agencies in different counties that say, we need diapers. And so I say, well, right now I'm committed to these 7, but I have certain sizes that aren't being requested. So any extra inventory, I'd be more than happy to donate. And so I just had that bright idea a couple weeks ago because I'm like, I need space. And so I've got size 1 diapers, size 3 and 4 that aren't requested as much. And so I've contacted the organizations on my wait list to say, hey, if you need these smaller sizes, I'm more than happy to go ahead and donate them. That way they're getting to the families that need them.
Absolutely.
And so I've been told I have a mentor through SCORE. I don't know if you're familiar with SCORE. I have a mentor with SCORE, and he's told me, you need a growth plan. You're already there. And so I'm just like, what?
Well, and I was going to ask next, how many, let's look at the end of 2021. Ideally, how many community partners would you like to have grown to? Like, are you looking to kind of add a couple a year? I mean, I guess it depends on how much you bring in, but
it definitely depends on how much is coming in, because as quickly as they come in, they go right back out the door. And I get more of the smaller sizes in donations. So I kind of have to wait, but I would say I would cap out at 10 this year. I think 10 would be good. I'm surprised I'm at 7 because I started with 2.
Wow.
And I thought, this is great.
In just the last year, you've grown to 7. And so thinking about moms and how, you kind of came into this to give back to our community, what are some suggestions you have or tips for other moms who are looking to kind of fill a void that's needed in our community?
I would say definitely see what other organizations are supporting that particular cause that you're passionate about, and volunteer. There's a lot of virtual opportunities now because of COVID to volunteer with organizations. Also, too, just as you're thinking about your little ones growing up and you've got all these baby items left over, consider donating versus selling, because you just never know what mom could really use it. I partner with 7 organizations who serve women seeking treatment for drug and alcohol addiction. And they've seen an increase of moms just coming right off the street, so they don't have anything. I work with another partner agency that provides temporary shelter to homeless families, including those with small children, new moms, single moms, and also pregnant women with a history of or who are currently using alcohol or drugs. So I work with a wide range of social service organizations to make sure that the diapers I'm collecting are getting into the hands of those that really need it in a timely manner.
I'm so impressed with how much you've done in the last year, also in a pandemic. Let's not let that slide through.
Yeah.
It just sounds like you're doing such an amazing job reaching so many people that really need, that type of service here in Jacksonville. Well, thank you so much for being a guest and telling us all about the Jacksonville Diaper Bank. And we'll make sure to put links to all the things we mentioned in our show notes. And we'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on.
That's it for today. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Jacksonville Momcast. For more information about what you've just heard, check out our show notes and find us on Instagram at Jacksonville Momcast. If you've enjoyed this episode and know someone who should tune in, please subscribe and share it. We look forward to you joining us on our next episode of Jacksonville Momcast.